Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining this session. How can you get into tech and how the community can help? So my name is Alexio Chandiwana. I'm a functional consultant for the Power Platform. I do some blogging where I write about Dynamics 365 from some of the real work examples I have, and also some of the new features which I normally try myself. So I like to share that with everybody else. For those on Twitter, this is my Twitter handle. Please follow. I will endeavor to follow back. And for those on LinkedIn, this is my QR code. So please do scan it. Let's connect, learn from each other, and make the community stronger. For those on social media, if you could also tag this event using the hashtag Scottish Summit 2021, that would be awesome. So a big shout out to the sponsors of the event who made it possible. So we have ScriptRunner, we have DQ, which is Global Driving Data Quality, Proximo, we have Redspire, Genesis, and Hitaki Solutions. These guys have done a massive job with organizers to make this event possible for us all. So I'm just going to give you an agenda of what we're looking to discuss on this session. So the first part will be about my journey into Dynamics and how you can get started with Power Platform yourself and how the community can help. So in here, you have a picture of myself. This is my young self a few years ago in a village in Zimbabwe. Never came to know what a computer is, never came to know what software is, or just the name Microsoft, never heard of it. No internet as well anyway at that point in time. So came to the UK around 2001, went to school. Um, Along the lines, started working in retail, eventually for a train company, checking tickets on those trains. However, I had a change of mind. I wanted to look into other things. I wanted to learn new technologies. And what came into it, I went on Facebook, started asking people. So asked 5 people. Out of the 5 people, 2 people straight away came back. One of them is this gentleman called Martin van Berger, who's been very, very helpful. And the other being Ben Volmer. These people, they had senior roles in their organizations. I wasn't to know, but what was very, very striking for me, which motivated me even more, is these people were happy to help. Um, they took their time to help. They took their time to give me that guidance I needed to make a start. So it's some of those things just telling about the community, how people are there ready to help. So along that line, uh, became confident, motivated to push as much as I can to learn more. So eventually landed my first role as a first line support. Um, Believe it or not, when I got the job offer, I was really nervous. I was scared, so I refused to go the first day. I said, "Let me take a day or so to sort out 1 or 2 things so I can come in," because I wanted to prepare myself mentally because I was nervous. I wasn't to know what's coming. So I arrived at the role, and one of the things which then happens, the manager who was the hiring manager, he now says, I need to take the lead as the escalation point. I need to be the person taking the lead into daily stand-up activities. So this is not something I'm familiar with. It's not something I've ever done before. So I put my hand up and I said, look, I'm not sure about this. This is a challenge. However, I'm happy to take on the challenge. Uh, I will come and ask a few more questions so I make sure we go in the right direction. So during this job, one of the things which came out of it, I was given the assignment as a lead or point of contact for one of the financial organizations. And one of the things I did there was to use this lovely tool in Dynamics 365, bulk record deletion. At this point, the requirement was just to delete 2 records. So I want to use the bulk record deletion. A few minutes later, I get an email from the client saying, Alex, our records keep going down. Are we losing data? What's happening? So I went to look and say, okay, this is exactly what I've done. So I put my hand up, and one of the tips I'll give you in terms of these things is to pay attention. So pay attention to the requirement, understand exactly what is required to be, what action is needed to be done. So that was a very learning point for me, and it's something I recommend to everybody else. Pay attention, ask as many questions as you can to make sure you understand it, to avoid these accidents happening. And being honest. So you realize in this example, I've selected the bulk delete. I was honest, I put my hand up, I said, look, this is my fault. This is what I've done. What can I do to avoid such things? So again, it was more a self-reflection, and at the same time, having that honest conversation. Another thing is to take ownership of it. Don't run away and trying to say, oh, I don't know, maybe there's a system error, or I don't know what happened. Put your hands up. Say, look, this is my mistake, this is my error, and this is where it's gone wrong, and this is what I'll do to ensure incidents like that do not happen again in future. That way, your team gains more confidence in yourself. That way, you also gain understanding to what you need to achieve. Another tip I will provide here, it's being proactive. So when you get into a role, uh, it's all well and good for you to get there. You do exactly what's expected. However, it is also an additional bonus for you to go out there, understand what is new, what is it can I bring to the table, what is it can I bring to the organization to streamline some of the processes, or what is it the Power Platform can do for the organization. It might be an organization where there's a heavy reliance on paper. Think of what the Power Platform can do for that organization. Create an app. So the next question is, we're probably thinking, okay, it's all well and good to be honest, to be proactive. Where exactly do you start? So in terms of where to get started, one of the things here, which is very, very important, the Power Platform space is quite a big area. So you need to focus to say, okay, this is the area of focus I need to specialize in. This is the area of focus I need to get started with. So I'm going to look at this specific area. I'm going to action it by going to learn. So you focus, you make a decision. The next thing is to say, okay, this is what I'm learning. So of course, we all know learning, reading something online, looking at a YouTube video, looking at tutorial video, and actually doing it is 2 different things. So here, the next thing is try the technology. So how do you try the technology? It's something I will speak about a bit more in the oncoming slides. Microsoft allow you to try the technology, to have a hands-on feel on exactly what you are reading. Once you're focused on the technology, once you've learned the technology, you're trying the technology. I'm 100% sure everyone will understand exactly what the technology is all about and what we are doing. So the next thing here is to certify. Go and validate those skills. Go and validate your understanding of the technology. So in here, Microsoft, they provide raw-based certifications. And then with those raw-based certification, you've decided on the focus area. You're now focusing on your path. You're now focusing on your journey. Where are you looking to certify yourself with? Employers also gain confidence to say, okay, we have our employee here, they've been certified, they understand exactly what they're doing. So we're going to cover these areas here into a bit more of depth to understand exactly what we need to do here. So we're going to look at the focus area. So like I said, the Dynamics 365 and Power Platform is such a huge area. So we start off with ERP solutions. So we have Dynamics 365 for finance, which covers uh, organizations which do revenue recognition, cash in the bank. We have Dynamics 365 supply chain and management. So again, you have the bullet points here exactly what the module or what the area is all about. You have Dynamics 365 project operations, which is for project management. So as this product continues to mature, what you will see here, some of the names might slightly have changed in recent times. So I would highly recommend a Microsoft URL to look at the updated names. So you also have Dynamics 365 Business Central. You have CRM solutions. So you have Dynamics 365 for sales. You have Dynamics 365 Sales Professional. You have Dynamics 365 Relationship Sales, Dynamics 365 Customer Service. So again, you have the areas of focus where these solutions are focused and where they are aimed or targeted for. So you have Dynamics 365 Customer Service Professional, Field Service, Dynamics 365 for marketing, as it says, marketing mainly for marketing, organization, campaign management, or digital marketing. Again, this is a whole space. So it's important for you to focus and say, okay, I'm going to focus on Dynamics 365 for sales. I'm going to focus on customer service. As you can see, it's quite a big space. There's lots of things involved. So you having that focus will help you direct you to the next step. It will help that learning path of yourself. So we have modular solutions. So when we speak about modular solutions, we're talking about Dynamics 365 e-commerce, Dynamics 365 for human resources. You also have Dynamics 365, the mobile app, Dynamics 365 universal resource scheduling, Dynamics 365 omni-channel, Dynamics 365 gamification. You also have Dynamics 365 app for Outlook, Dynamics 365 LinkedIn connector, unified service desk, Dynamics 365 for mobile phones and tablets. So what you can see here is quite a heavy load of information. If you're getting started, you must start thinking, okay, that's just too much. How am I going to make it? So one of the things we'll do with these slides, they'll be shared after the event. So you can always look and drill down and say, okay, this is the area of focus for me. This is what I'm going to do. So we spoke about modular solutions. We're also looking at AI solutions. So organizations, they're looking at insights. They want to understand what's happening within their organization to enable them to make those key informed decisions, strategic decisions on the direction of where their business is going. So you have Dynamics 365 Sales Insights, which is Sales Accelerator, Notes Analysis. There's a whole lot of information here to look at. So you also have customer Dynamics 365 Customer Service Insights. So you're talking about case resolution dashboards, virtual agents, KPI summary dashboards. Organizations want to be able to drill down to see, are they meeting their customer needs? Are they meeting their customer promises, what they say to their customers they can deliver? So customer service insights brings that solution. And again, you have Dynamics 365 customer insights. So organizations want to understand what's happening with their customers. So again, these AI solutions bring these things to life. So you have Dynamics 365 virtual agent for customer service. You have Dynamics 365 for fraud protection, Dynamics 365 product insights, Dynamics 365 connected store, Dynamics 365 finance insights. So looking at this whole area, we're seeing there's quite a lot of things involved with the platform. So it's that point now you need to make that decision to say, okay, I'm going to focus on AI solutions. I'm going to focus on sales. I'm going to focus on customer service. That way, you're building a learning path. You are building that direction of travel where you want to go to what you want to achieve. So we also get to mixed reality. So you have Dynamics 365 Remote Assist, Product Visualize, 365 Guides. So like I say, some of these names have changed in recent times. There will be a URL for you. You can have a look at and see some of these new names. You have Dynamics 365 Import Tools. So the whole world of Dynamics 365 and Power Platform is such a huge area for anyone to come and say, okay, this is what I'm going to dive into. So in terms of possibilities, in terms of what you can learn, it's unlimited. It's more of a matter of choice to say, okay, this is what I'm going to focus on. This is what I'm going to do. We also have Dynamics services, which is Dynamics 365 planning service, inventory, on-hand service, configurable business documents, reporting in Word and Excel. Again, we're talking about the Power Platform. This is where the excitement also gets into myself here. So you have Power Automate for automating business processes. These can be initiated by humans. These can be automatically set to trigger based on conditions. You also have Power BI. Organizations want to visualize their reports. They want to visualize their data. They want to bring their data into life. You have Power Apps. So we spoke about focusing on an area, an organization, like I said earlier, using lots of paper. Look at Power Apps. Create an app. Make the difference within your organization. With with doing so, you're also building a skill for yourself. You have Power Virtual Agents, bots, analytics, AI chatbots. So the area is quite vast for you to look at. So at the same time, you also have Power Automate for portal management. So you want to automate a lot of your processes. So it's automate, and repeat the process. So you also have the underlying layer of the whole platform of Microsoft. You have Microsoft 365, which does integrate with all these key components of the Power Platform here. You have Microsoft Azure. So we're talking about bots for Power Virtual Agents as an example. So you have Azure Bot. So you're now communicating with Azure. You have Lifecycle Services. You have Microsoft Forms Pro. So this name has recently changed as well. So it's something for you which is very, very important to keep up to date. You also have Microsoft Graph. So you have focused, you've made a decision to say, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to learn. Where do you go to learn? So Microsoft, like I said, they have this URL here, which is Microsoft Learn, which I'll tell you exactly what it will do. I'll navigate to the site towards the end of the slides. I'll show you what it actually does. So you have loads and loads of courses on Microsoft Learn. Because you have made that decision on an area you want to learn, so you come into Microsoft Learn, you decide what you want to learn. You now start looking at them. So if you see some of these courses, the introduction, 18 minutes, then you have getting started using database. So getting started using database, 4 hours and 15 minutes. If you can see, you also have tags to these learning paths: beginner, functional consultant, Dynamics 365. So this is catering for everybody. And one of the things I'll say about these learning paths, they are self-paced, and you do it at your own pace. So you can go back, um, read exactly what you've seen, compare with exactly what you're seeing in the system from exactly what you would have learned at that specific moment in time. So we spoke about trying the technology. So here you have Dynamics 365. So again, Microsoft give you a 30-day trial to try the environment. We'll speak a bit more about trials.dynamics.com. So again, with these URLs, these will be on a slide and these will be available to be shared. So you can always go to these URLs and kind of understand a bit more exactly what is it you can do to set up this trial yourself. You also have uh, the Power Platform. So you also have a trial to try the Power Platform for you to create Canvas apps, for you to create model-driven apps, for you to create portals. After you create these things, for you to also try out that automation we spoke about using Power Automate. So again, these are the URLs to navigate to. We will speak about these URL towards the end of the slides. So again, we spoke about certifying. So certifying is very, very important. It's something I've started myself at the beginning of my journey. And one of the things I can tell you, in some cases, I give everything in preparation for these exams, and sometimes it goes wrong, I fail. So once I fail, in some cases, it's a very positive thing for me because it gives me the opportunity to go back to the drawing board to say, okay, this is the area where my weakness is. This is the area what I need to improve on. So what you can see here is you certify yourself, you start getting these badges, and at the same time, what you also have an event, community event. Again, this is a free event for you. You can attend. We'll go through into detail exactly about this event. So when is this event taking place? So this event is scheduled to take place on the 10th of April, 2021. And who is it for? It's for everybody. So where is the help? So I've told you quite a lot of things here in terms of the focus, in terms of trying the technology, in terms of certifying yourself. So where can you get the help? So one of the areas which I found useful myself and many others as well is the user groups. So you have Power Platform user groups, Dynamics 365 user groups. These are free events which are community led. So you attend these events, someone will share their experiences, someone will deliver a session on something new, a new feature coming out. And again, you might see a use case from a different organization, which may be useful for your own organization and for you to take away and go and try it. Connect. So when you speak about connecting, you have a lot of peers within the same space on LinkedIn, on Twitter. So connect with them. When you go to these events, also have a conversation. Say hello and explain where you're coming from, where you are. And at the same time, it opens up that conversation. From opening that conversation, what it brings up is I can learn from yourself, or that person can learn from you as well. We all have different experiences to share. So again, get involved. So again, you go to these user groups, you've connected with other peers. Where possible, get involved, either write a blog, if you can share a post on LinkedIn or Twitter. It might be just even something which has come out from Microsoft. Again, also bring yourself to these events. Put your hand up and say, look, I need to speak at these events, and make it happen. That's how the community will only grow and become stronger. So we have Microsoft events. So we have Microsoft events taking place virtually. And again, most of these events, they are free events. And in most cases, one which is coming up in March is Microsoft Ignite. This event, it is a free event. Again, do you need to be an expert to attend these events? The answer is no. This event is for everybody. Attend. We all learn every single day. You definitely learn something, that's for sure. And someone will definitely learn something from you. If you start that conversation, it might be a virtual event, but you have the option to also create a conversation. So moving on to where the resources to learn from. So here you have a lot of links on here. So instead of me speaking about these links uh, on this slide, what I will do is after this slide, in the next slide, I will go to the browser and I will show you what these links are all about. So these links will be made available at the end of the session. So once the organizers have an opportunity, they will share these with you, and you can also look at them and explore. Resources to get help. So we're speaking about learning. We're also speaking about resources to get help. So what you can see in here, you have again a few. You have YouTube, you have Bot Squad, you have Flow Farm, you have Power Addict. So again, I'm gonna go to the browser now, and I'll show you exactly what these things are. We spoke about a few URLs here, a few sites for us to go to. So what you have here in the first instance, we spoke about certifying. We spoke about you validating your understanding of the technology. So what you have here is this URL, register. This event will be focusing on some of the exams. You see here, you have MB 210, MB 220. So there's quite a lot of these exams which will be being discussed. And again, if you see in here, the organizers have actually listed some of the resources available and for you how to prepare and some of their learning methods which they have found useful. As always, we all learn different ways, but again, you have a variety of our speakers speaking at these events. So register for this certification Saturday and start thinking of certifying yourself. So we also spoke about Microsoft Learn. So again, if you go to Microsoft Learn, what you see, loads and loads of resources for you to learn from. So you see, you have introduction to Azure fundamentals. Again, like I mentioned earlier, you have role-based um, learning paths and role-based certifications. So in here, you can go into App Maker. So we're talking about creating apps here. Again, you start seeing create a Canvas app, automate a business process using Power Automate, create a model-driven app. So again, the opportunities, once you make that decision on your focus area, they are unlimited once you come to this place, Microsoft Learn. So Microsoft Learn, I tend to refer it to as a gold mine because there's a lot of things to learn from and there's always updates being made to it. And for me, it's a key driver in my learning journey as well. You also have these cloud blogs. So when Microsoft make changes or any updates, either customer case studies where the product has been used to a good effect, or some new functionality. So you have Power Platform in here. You have Dynamics 365. So if you select Power Platform, what you see here, you will see the key components of the Power Platform, which is Power BI, Power Automate, and Power Virtual Agents. We also have this virtual power group. So again, this is community led. So you have community colleagues who make these events possible. Again, they have events for you to sign up to, again, for free, for you to learn. So if you see in here, you have Power Apps nights every 3 weeks on a Monday. So sign up, start learning something, ask questions, and also share anything you might want to bring to the table. You have Dynamics 365, which are the local user groups. So in here, what you can see, we have a map. So if you see there's something happening in each continent. So if you see in here, there's a lot of things happening in terms of our user groups. In here, if you see in Africa, we have 2. In Europe, we have so many, North America. So if you happen to see in the community where you are, start thinking, how can I start a user group? Reach out to those already setting up these local user groups. Ask for their support. Ask them to help you start that journey as well. We also have, so my slide has gone away. So let me just bring it back here. So we also have experience Dynamics 365. So in here, again, you can look at useful resources, community, and some of the things which Microsoft are bringing on their roadmap. You also have one of my favorite ones. And so this is one of the best things to happen to me in 2020. So this virtual events hub. So in here, you have an opportunity to network with others within the technology. So in here, you have a calendar. So within this calendar here, it's got quite a lot of events. So if you see here, we have the Scottish Summit here where we are today. So it's in the calendar. So you basically decide to say, okay, this is the event available. I'm going to attend. If you cannot attend, look at which other event can you attend. We also spoke about resources to get help. So if you go on Twitter, so what you have the Power Addict. So if you have a question, if you want to share something, go to Twitter, and then once you're on Twitter, use the hashtag Power Addict. For Power Automate, use the hashtag FlowFarm. If you're looking and you're using bots, the hashtag to use here will be Bot Squad. However, you also have the benefit of YouTube. So you can go on YouTube, look at videos from Microsoft. You can look at videos from other community members. Start learning, seeing what they are doing. So we have quite a lot of resources here. And again, like I said, these links will be shared at the end of, of the session. So going back to the slides, again, one of the things which I've started, or something I've been heavily involved in as well, is I've started a community to help others get into it. So I've started a community called Microsoft Power Platform Africa Community. So what is it? So this Power Platform Community Africa is for anyone. You can be in the UK, you can be in Africa, you can be in the US, you can be in the Middle East, you can be in Australia. More than welcome to join. The more of us, the stronger we make the community. So join in, share any of your knowledge if it's okay. If you want to have a discussion, let's bring this up. Let's bring a post about that conversation. Let's see how we can help each other to make the community stronger. So in terms of this community, what you also have is we have a Facebook page which has about 1,600 followers now who engage in conversations about Dynamics 365, about the Power Platform. We also have the Microsoft Power Platform Africa community on Twitter. We also have myself on LinkedIn. We also have Microsoft Dynamics 365 Power Platform Africa community on LinkedIn. Send a request to join. It'll be amazing to see many of you join the community to share ideas. It's not just the only community out there. There's so many of them. Where possible, let's join these communities and let's make the community stronger. So I hope the session has been very useful. And one of the things I want to say to everybody is thank you so much for joining the session. And for those on social media, please don't forget to use the hashtag Scottish Summit 2021. And I look forward to see us all grow the community. Thank you so much.